The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Know me, you know the voice of the guy. It's me, really real, feeling real. Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Another day, another dollar here. Liberty and the Sparks still going on from the night before. 60-55 Liberty in the fourth?
Fourth.
Third.
You think anyone's playing defense in that game?
I'm sorry. I just did 60-55. I just assumed we were in the fourth already, but no, we're still in the third quarter here. Not even halfway through the third yet. Points. As you heard, Scott Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, good to be back. A bit of a weird schedule because I'll be going to Vegas in the morning. So I feel like we were going to potentially aim for a show in the morning, but we couldn't do it. So we're here now at 11 o'clock. Should be fun. I know that we had a pretty entertaining last couple of days in WNBA. I know that, of course, there was a decent slate on Sunday. You were at a wedding. I couldn't record, so it is what it is. It's fine. We'll make it back at some point. But either way, looking forward to the games on Wednesday. Should be fun.
Yep. All right. How many games we got? Four. Just four. Not bad. Nice little slate here. A number of things here to consider throughout the slate as we were talking pre-show. Let's go ahead and get to the first game up. We've got the Chicago Sky on the road going to play the Connecticut Sun. Sun are laying 2.5. Second time all season, Scott, the Sun have been favored. You want to guess the first team?
If I had to guess, I'm trying to think if they would have played the Valkyries early in the season, but I don't think they would have. I'm going to go with the Wings.
Good job.
I don't know when, but I'm going to go with the Wings.
It was the Wings. They lost that game.
I'm sure they did.
158.5 is the total injury report here. Let's see. I did see some tags come across my screen earlier today. I feel like I saw Ariel Atkins tag come across my screen earlier today. Or was it? Yeah, it was. There you go. Ariel Atkins probable. Wednesday, Haley Van Lith is probable as well. And that's all I got. Well, last game we did see Tina Charles because it was the second leg of a back-to-back, and she was out for rest. So expect to see Tina Charles here. I mean, for good reason, the Sun are favored. This is a different Sun team, and I mean, yeah. If I had to pick the dance with two devils, I think I'll dance with trusting the Sun laying 2 points rather than, because this is a toilet bowl game, by the way. Let's go ahead and acknowledge that. Scott, we are in August, and they have a combined 13 wins between the two teams.
Believe it or not, if you thought about the path of these two teams so far this season, 13 sounds kind of high, doesn't it? Just sounds a little high when you think about all the wins that these teams have had. You can't think of many. It's been a pretty rough go of it for the last couple weeks, but either way, I mean, I'm assuming in the sake of the toilet bowl, I'd say spirit, you don't want to lay points. Is that the idea here? Or do you make an exception because Angel Reese not playing and the Sky are terrible?
Yeah, I just can't remember the last time. I guess it was the Misses games a couple of days ago, but like, I just can't think of. And I mean, that would make sense, but I can't think of too many spots where I just like I trust the Sky, especially on the road here. Like the Sun's sitting here at home; they're not going to be playing here for much longer, and so I think that you look at Sanaya Rivers and Lacan, that backcourt and the defensive intensity that I think they're going to put on the Sky guards. this guy don't have any answer for that. I mean, Ariel Atkins, yes, but like the rest of the backcourt, I think, is very much Swiss cheese. I think that they're going to struggle on the inside trying to guard Tina Charles. So she's going to have a day. And then if Anissa Morrow is able to continue to do what she does on the boards against this Sky team, it's going to be really bad. So, yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Connecticut Sun laying 2.5, but I don't feel the best about it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on this one. I actually think the Sun have had a decent week recently. I mean, you're looking at the results. They did lose some games here. The Sparks game lost by 11, scored 91 points. The Aces game, they were close, lost by 8. They got killed by the Valkyries, but that was on the road back-to-back, so tough schedule there. They've not been good, but you know what? They gave the Liberty 2 decent games. They won one of those. They lost the Mercury. Mercury kind of found their groove again. I do think they've played tough competition. You could argue the Sparks may not be a playoff team by the end of the season, but the point is they have faced a pretty difficult stretch up to this point, and I think they've actually looked okay offensively, and that might be all they need. The Sky have also not exactly had an easy schedule lately, but I don't really trust the defense for either team, but I do trust Connecticut's offense right now more than Chicago's, and that might be enough for me. It's one thing I've also noticed, maybe it's just recency bias, but Cardoso's had some really good first halves
Mm.
and just disappears in the entire second half. And I can't tell if that's supposed to be some type of coaching adjustments. They just can't get her open in the second half. Maybe it's conditioning. Who knows? She's had a couple of really nice first halves to do absolutely nothing in the final 20 minutes. And that's kind of when the team falls apart. That happened with Atlanta in the game a couple games ago where they were up at the half by a decent amount and they got blown out by 20 something in the second half. It's kind of happened more often than it should. And I do think the Sun right now, they have some pieces that intrigue me. You mentioned Sanaya. I think Hartley's pretty good. I do think Mabry can be up and down, but when she's on, she's pretty good. I think I'm going to agree with you on the Sun. I just can't back the Sky. I think this team's horrible.
I don't feel good about that. Totals at 158.5.
I think I like the over. I understand that both teams, you could argue talent-wise, might not be that great, but I definitely don't trust this teams defensively. I could see pace. I could see this game being an extremely entertaining game when you just have two bad teams running around that basically don't care about the season. I'll go over. I think this gets into the 160s, but it's a pretty ugly toilet bowl game, obviously. You?
I don't want to agree with that. I'm gonna go under. I
All right.
think that this actually is a slower pace, and it's just a lot of missed shots and ugly offense, and the Sun just outlast.
Yeah. It could. I mean, the Sun did lose to the Aces the other day, but they were competitive. They hung in there. Like I respect the offense, what they've been doing. So there we go. But I think your mic cut out, by the way.
Test.
Yeah, now you're good.
Test.
Yeah, but no, it's broken again.
Uh,
I don't know if you want to disconnect.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, you're good. All right.
I think it's a short in this. I gotta get that fixed. Wow.
All right.
Is there a way to fix a shortened cord like without getting a new one? I don't think so.
I'd assume no, unless you found the exact thing that was wrong with it, and maybe you could do something with it. But
No, not that good. Not that good hot wiring anything. All right. Let's see. What else we got here, Scott? Player props. Like I was saying, Marina Mabry's been giving buckets to her old team. 22, 24 in 2 of the last 3 that she's played against them. 15.5 points here.
I can get behind that. I mean, she was really bad last game against the Valkyries, but to be fair, the Valkyries put the clamps down.
And the
There's really
Valkyries,
nothing else
the
to add.
Valkyries are an elite team defensively. So I understand why she wasn't able to get going in that one. I can sell myself on a bounce back with 15.5 points.
Who do you like more in the matchup of the bigs? Do you like Cardoso more or Tina?
Tina Charles offensively for sure. Cardoso is way too slow to try to keep up with her. Her first step is too fast, and she's too quick at her age still being able to turn around and be able to score strength. She's at 15.5 points. She's been over that in 6 of her last 10 games, 3 of the last 4. She's had 17, 16, 19, and then an 8-point game against Vegas in that ugly showing. But I like the bounce back here for Tina Charles. Tina Charles over 15.5 points. Probably going to talk about that later.
Yeah, I see people commenting about potentially taking the sky or the under. Once again, I'm just going with my thoughts, but I'm not betting a toilet bowl. I clearly don't like both teams. So I'll make a case for it, but once again, you don't have to bet every game. And this is a good example of that because damn, there's not much I'm interested in for this game.
All right. Let's see. Before we get to the next game of slate, one, have to put out a reminder for everybody to go check out all of the podcasts on the network. We're not just a WNBA show. We have an NFL show, Sports Gambling Podcast. We have the NBA Gambling Podcast. We have the MLB Gambling Podcast. We have MMA. We have Formula One, F1, NASCAR, golf, all of that. So go check out all the podcasts on the feed over there in the SGPN app or wherever you get your podcasts on the SGPN feed. All right. Let's see here. What's the next game up? My Valkyries. Oh, I'm not in town for this. I forgot this game was tomorrow. Oh, man, I really forgot this game was tomorrow. Wow. Super disappointed. Yeah, I'm not in town. Valkyries on the road, going to play the Washington Mystics. Mystics laying 1.5. 148.5 is the total.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen a total below 150 on the show.
Hey, man, my Valkyries locked down.
They play defense.
Locked down. All right. Injury report, if we have any. I don't think so, though. I think we're clean on both sides of the ball here. Well, I mean, for the obvious, no. Oh, wait, hold on. Shakira Austin, Kate Martin's questionable. Shakira Austin is officially questionable still with that leg injury that held her out the last game. We know Caleb Thornton's out for the season. So, Scott. Well, I mean, I have nothing to say. We all know that I'm rolling with the Valkyries every single time. And if you tell me that you have a compromised Shakira, I feel even better about it. I watched this Valkyrie team go in there and be able to hold it down. It didn't look the prettiest at times, and the Mystics continued to battle themselves back. The Valkyries actually pulled out to a 12 to 17 point lead. It was something like that. And then the Mystics came back in the second half, and I mean, it's the Valkyries were able to hold on, and it was a very no points scored in the fourth quarter of that game, and that's probably why this total is at 148.5. But with that being said, the Valkyries all the way, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm with you. They played 2 games this season. First game landed 150. Second game landed 135, and you ended up seeing the Valkyries win both by a combined 3 points. The Mystics I talked about a couple weeks ago as being a potential auto fade on the road. They did win against the Wings last game. Congratulations. Besides that, though, they've been terrible. They got blown out by the Sky with no injuries, which might be rock bottom. They gave the Lynx a run for their money. We talked about that game. We liked the Mystics because the Lynx had 3 straight games against the Liberty coming up, and we ended up just seeing the Mystics hang in there. Citron was great. The problem that I run into, though, with this team, first of all, now Shakira is injured. I just don't actually know what their identity is. And I'm not going to say that they lost it once Sykes got traded, but when you trade away a veteran guard like that to go full youth movement in the backcourt, it's going to take some time to adjust. I understand the logic in the grand scheme of things, but in the immediate short term, I have questions about the backcourt. Are you a fan of Sutton?
Yeah, no, I think she's a serviceable.
Do you think she's a starter, or do you think she's a backup?
No, I think she's a starter. She's been starting all year.
Okay, I'm just saying, because you got her, you got Citron, but Sykes was, of course, I feel like I don't want to say main ball handler, but it felt like she had a lot of responsibility on that team, and now that's delegate, trying to break up the responsibilities, and I just think the Valkyries...
I mean, they're going to be fine.
They'll be fine. I think
Yeah,
they'll
they'll
be
be
okay. They
fine
weren't good to
because they
begin
have
with, but
JC. They have JC Sheldon now, and they really desperately needed a point guard. I think that was one of the things that they realized they had to go target. Like, yeah, so a point guard playing alongside Sutton and playing alongside Citron to do them some real good. And then you got Alicia Clark as well, and she's going to bring the 3-and-D aspect, a veteran aspect, championship mentality, two-time champion. No, yeah, two-time championship mentality. So I think that they're okay. I think they're fine. I understand what you say. You feel like there's not an identity, but I think that Sydney Johnson is just coaching the players in front of him, and they're going to be doing pretty well. So, um, my only thing is that they're just going to struggle to score the basketball, and especially they're going to struggle a lot with Shakira Austin. And if Shakira Austin is questionable, if she's out of this game, or if she's limited at any point, that's a huge form of offense for them as well. So that's where we all know I'm Valkyries, but I'm fading this offense here definitely under 74.5 on the team total for the Mystics.
see, Jimmy's bringing up kind of what I was hinting to. Now, looking at the actual schedule and the record, the Mystics are 14-17. They're not out of it, but I don't think they're going to get into the playoffs. But in
No,
theory, they're not dead. He's asking if the trade seemed like it might have been a potential movement to suggest potentially tanking in the last month or two of the season, etc.
no.
I'll put it this way. I don't know if I'm going to go that far, but it's not a move you make while you're actively competing for a playoff spot. That's how
See,
I'll
that's where I
phrase it.
disagree. See, that's where I disagree.
Okay. I want to hear your case here, because I just feel like Sykes meant so much to the team, even just for leadership purposes. Taking on Clark, she's 38 years old. I don't really know what you're going to get there. I think Sheldon's fine, so I can understand why you'd want to bring her into the fold. But it did seem like a move the Mystics made because they just saw they had no direction going, and they just said, you know what, we're fine with getting, I can't even say younger because Clark's 38 years old, but they
So
decided it was time to switch some things up. I don't think winning is the number one priority right now for this team. That's what I'll say. I'll let you push back.
yeah, no, I disagree. I think because is one, you're discrediting how good Alicia Clark still is as a player, and it's not like they just went and added a bomb. They added a championship level player that's going to give them some serious depth and help them out defensively where they need the help. Yeah, maybe the offense takes a little bit of slide, but then they also got a first round pick next year as well. So like it was a good trade, and it's not a oh we're in a tanking mode or we're getting worse now. No, like they made trades that were betterment of the train. They got another wing player that could go out there and guard some seriously tough wings out there, and they got JC Sheldon who can guard on the perimeter and can initiate offense and keep things going for them when they traded Aaliyah. So like I don't have any issues with what the Mystics are doing. It's just the Mystics just didn't make anything that moved them up or moved them down. This is literally a flatline Mystics team, a 20-20 type basketball, 22-22 this year, type basketball team where they're probably going to be 500.
So I think I'll push back a little bit with Clark because I recognize the championship pedigree, etc. Let's put it this way: her offensive game is extremely limited. I'll throw that
Y'all were
out.
talking shit about Brittany Sykes offensively for weeks now and how she wasn't been on. So like, I mean,
To
I
be
don't know.
fair,
I don't
no,
see it. I
but
don't think
comparing
that.
Sykes not being on to comparing Clark and Sheldon, I feel like it's kind of disingenuous. I think Sykes is clearly the best player in that deal, at least
And
in my opinion.
if anything, it opens up more of a role for Soya Citron to be able to really, really take
See,
over
that's
and
the
be a
point I'm
big
making.
like.
I think that's what I'm
There's
trying to say. I think
but
they got Sykes out of the way to let Citron cook more. I think
but
that
that's
makes more
but it
sense.
doesn't mean that they're. I don't think that means that they're going down. Like I don't think that means that they're not trying to win now. I think they're clearly trying to win now. They're just changing the structure of the team, and it didn't include Brittany Sykes. Like as much as I rock with Brittany Sykes, like I'm not going to say just because they moved on from her, this team is like, oh yeah, we're not trying to win. And no, I think they're still competing for the playoffs, and they still have a good chance.
See, I get what you're saying. At the same point, though, I'm not saying the Mystics are going to bottom out entirely, but I do think if you're asking who got better in the deal immediately, the answer is clearly Seattle. Like, Seattle clearly got the better end of that deal in the short term, because Sykes has been a monster with that team. I think Sheldon's fine. I don't think that you're looking at much offensive talent from Clark, which I think we know is not really her, I'd say, calling card. All I know is the Mystics traded away their leading scorer midway through the season to give more room for the younger guards to operate. That does not seem like a win now move to me. That's the last point I'll make. You could argue it might result in wins anyway, but it feels like they saw Sykes having too much usage on this team. They wanted to get Citron and Sutton more touches and said, you know what? We're going in a different direction. That's how I looked at the deal. I didn't see it as a team trying to improve immediately. It seemed like trying to set up an opportunity for Citron and Sutton to grow with more usage. That's how I interpreted the trade.
Well, I've seen them play multiple times without Brittany Sykes. I don't think they're any different of a team, honestly, truly. I think that they're literally the exact same team. As good as Sykes is as a player, like I think the team just operates just a little bit differently, and they don't move anywhere up or down in the rankings for me.
For the record, I enjoy the concept of trading Sykes. I feel like
I'm fine with it too. Like I'm just saying I don't think it's any difference in the team. I really don't. Like I guess what
I'm asking though is if you're looking at win or loser of the deal, I don't want to spend too much time on it. Do you think that Washington could have gotten more?
No. I thought it was a good deal. They got a first round pick next year in that loaded draft. No, it was a really good deal. You get a first round pick for a Seattle team that we talk about somebody who really, really doesn't look like that, they're bottoming out Seattle, even though Sykes looks good. It hasn't resulted in their play being substantially better at all. So, I mean, them trading that pick in the loaded draft class next year, I don't know. We'll see.
But that's kind of the point. I agree with you. I think it was a pretty good deal, but the main asset you got in return was the first-round pick. So I can't say they got better in the short term when the main thing you got in return is the loaded draft class first-round pick. That's kind of my point.
I'm not saying they got better either. I'm saying that they literally look the same because they were the same when Sykes wasn't playing.
To be fair, I don't think they've been playing well for the last month anyway.
Yeah.
So you could argue it doesn't really change much. But
I literally, that's what I'm saying.
No, I know. I agree.
It literally doesn't change anything.
I'm just saying in terms of scoring depth, I think they got worse, but they were losing games anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I get why they made the move. For this game, though, give me the Valkyries to tie it all together. Without Sykes, I question the scoring depth of this team. With Alston potentially not playing in this game either. Kiki, by the way, every time Alston doesn't play, just take her props as a reminder because she dominated against the Wings last game. Had a 20-point double-double. I do think the Valkyries will make it difficult on this team because they're so good defensively. That's kind of where I'm at. I'll go Valkyries in this game. I think I actually like the under, as disgusting as that sounds. Maybe hope for a high-scoring first quarter and take a live under midway through the game. But I'll go Valkyries and I'll go under in this game.
All right. Yeah. I'm not 100% on the full under because I think the Valkyries could put up a score here, but definitely Mystics team total under 74.5 for me. Player props. Where are we at?
I know Hayes had a monster game last time out, but it's difficult because the total's so low. So I would pitch a Shakira under on her PR 21.5 because if she plays, she's not fully healthy. She has gone under in 5 straight, and she went under in both games against the Valkyries. So I like the Alston under on her PR 21.5. If she doesn't play, it voids. If she does, she's against an elite defense, and once again, she is not 100%. So I'll go with Shakira under her 21.5 PR at minus 114. That's where I'll start.
I don't know if I'm 100% there on that one just because I know my Valkyries and they can really be suspect to place in the paint at times. What I will do is I will go ahead and play Kiki double-double at plus 195 just in case Shakira is out. Okay. That is way better than plus 195 if she's out. And even if she's still in, Kiki can still dominate and be able to go over that prop. So with that being said, I like her rebounds on the day. I probably wouldn't play just the points. I would probably only play like the double-double for the points aspect. I'll say that much.
You like anything for the Valkyries? Because I thought about going for Zandalicini threes, but I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on it. But she was very good last game. She's been good lately. She has made at least 2 3-pointers in 7 of the last 10. She's had at least 3 in 3 of the last 4. I think it's a good spot for her. The problem is the Mystics have actually been good defensively against her from 3. But it's at 1.5. I don't mind it. The minutes, though, are kind of concerning because she did not play many minutes in the first 4 meetings. But her minutes have ramped up. She's played at least 30 minutes in 3 of the last 4. So I actually don't mind taking a Zandalicini over 3s. I think the bad head-to-head numbers are based on a lack of minutes, and now they're trusting her again. So I kind of like the low prop number for somebody getting more minutes than people realize. So I'll go Xander Ossini over 3s.
All right. I think that's about it here for me. Let's see. MyBookie.ag, your place to bet every single sport, including the WNBA, MLB, golf, and your NFL football futures. Easy deposit and get lightning fast payouts using cryptocurrency. Head over to MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Get 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We are also brought to you by Rhythm's Power Trends, who are now called Smart Signals. Shout out to the Smart Signals, which have been so good this year with, WNBA is just rolling. 97 and 65 in the month of July with 15.4%, 64% ROI. It was so good that, wait, is this true, Scott?
That was July, but yeah.
You and Adam were booted off of a bookie account for winning too much.
Yeah, that actually did happen. That happened last week. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He didn't really understand what was happening because we were like the only people betting these props, and we kept winning. And yeah, they threw us off the book. So that did happen. That's actually a true story.
Oh, shout out to the Smart Signals for getting Scott and Adam kicked off of a book. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm for a 7-day free trial. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. Let's see. Hold on. Wait. Let me pull up a Smart Signal real quick over here for Rhythm. For the people. Scott and Adam are winning so much. I didn't want to deal with this anymore. Get these guys out of here immediately. All right. Let's go with right here, Rachel Banham. They're on the under 1.5 threes for Rachel Banham. Plus 148 going up against the Connecticut Sun here. They're saying that it hits 69% of the time when these conditions are met. So there you go. Smart Signal, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right. Let's see, Scott. Next game up. Oh. I kind of want to say this for last, but the time frame, it doesn't let me do it. ESPN. 4-letter network. The main one. Not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. The main one. New York Liberty are on the road going to play the Las Vegas Aces. And Scott, the Aces are laying 2.5. 169.5 is the total. The Liberty are playing right now, so I don't have an injury report for you. But, it doesn't look like anybody is not here. We could see Kennedy Burke play tomorrow night, Scott. She was available in case of emergency to play tonight. So maybe they give her another game. They actually let her play in the game tomorrow for the Aces. Wait a minute. Hold that thought. There we go. All right. That's it.
Any thoughts here? Because the Liberty have kind of owned this team, but they're not at their full strength, and it's a good spot for the Aces. So
the Liberty have not been to Vegas this year.
They're on a back-to-back.
Yeah, but teams on a second leg of back-to-back been killing Sky.
Except the Sun the other day, but yes.
Yeah.
Do you like how the Liberty are playing right now?
Not defensively.
I don't like how the Aces are playing defensively either, but the Aces are starting to figure some stuff out.
Yeah, so let's just go ahead and start there. Over 169.5.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
That should be at 170 easily. When in doubt, I just don't trust laying points with Aces. Even though I do acknowledge this is like the revenge spot that the Aces are looking for at home playing this team. And they're completely going to get up for this game. But anything that I would want to take to Aces, I just feel better just playing Asia Wilson. And so with that being said, yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I'll take the Liberty plus points.
Yeah, I think I'm going to disagree. I'll go with the Aces in this one. At the end of the day, maybe it's also just based on the pace this game's being played at right now, where it just seems like it's a track meet, so maybe you'll see some extra fatigue tomorrow, but I like the spot for the Aces. Them playing better lately, Jewel coming off the bench was what they needed, and that kind of helped them fix some of the rotations, etc. The Liberty still can't guard anybody, so I do think you're looking at what should be a high-scoring and fun game. I don't know if it's a Sandy thing or people just underappreciate how important Brianna is to this team. But the Liberty just don't look right. So I feel like I'm going to go with the Aces because I see two teams that are relatively flawed. One team's playing better than the other, and they have a rest advantage. So I'll go with the Aces, -2.5, but I think my favorite play is the over, and I think you agree with that too. But you mentioned before it's a great spot. It's the first time that they've played in Vegas this season against the Liberty. They have a rest advantage. They didn't travel last game either because they were playing Connecticut at home. I think it's a very good Aces spot. So I'll go with the Aces, even though historically speaking, they've not done too well against the Liberty over the last couple of years.
All right. Let's see here. Yes to the over. And player props.
Are you going with Asia or no? Because Asia has been kind of clamped by this Liberty team over the years. But she just had the first ever 30-20 game of all time. So I don't know if you want to back that. Right? Didn't she have the first ever 30-20 game in league history last time out?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Her points are 22.5. She's had at least 27-3 straight. She has gone under this number in 5 of the last 8 against the Liberty. First game this season, she had 2 in 14 minutes. She got hurt. She left early. So, yeah. Any thoughts on props?
Jackie Young.
She's been hooping lately.
I can buy myself into a big Jackie Young game this game. She's only at 16.5.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll buy that. Melissa Smith over 5.5 rebounds. She's been over in her last 3 games. She's been over in 3 of the last 4 versus Liberty. I like that. And then that is about it. I could be tempted into some more Liberty stuff, but I would have to let this game in and see the lines come out and then make a decision. But it probably a Jockwell Jones points and rebounds. And maybe Meesman points.
Do you like how she's fit with the team so far?
Yeah.
I do too. Just asking.
She settled in. Yeah, she settled in.
Yeah,
she got 20 plus right now.
I do think if I was going to fade somebody on the Liberty, I actually would look at Sabrina. I wonder what her props are going to be. She's not doing much right now. I believe she has like 10 points, 6 assists. She's taking less shots than normal, which I kind of appreciate because they're about to score 100 plus points. But you're looking at the last couple games for Sabrina. She had a monster stretch against the Lynx. She had 31. She had 23 against the Sun, 36 against the Sun. Since then, she's been horrible. She had 9 points, 16 points on 5 of 16 shooting, 10 points against the Lynx on 4 of 15 shooting, and right now she has 10 points shooting less. I don't know what her prop's going to be, but Sabrina's shot right now is just not falling, and I do think looking at the 3-point numbers, I know her 3-point prop was 2.5 today. It probably goes back down to 1.5, but she's not including the game tonight, she's 3 for her last 18 from 3. And it's been kind of ugly watching her shoot. So I'll fade Sabrina in the shooting slump. It goes with my Aces prediction anyway. But give me Sabrina to struggle with her shot in this game. Don't mind the Sabrina under points.
All right. And before we get to the last game of the slate, gotta talk to everybody about Circle Million, Circle Survivor, Circle Las Vegas hosting the world's biggest football contest. Scott's about to go sign up over in Vegas in person, but if you want to follow suit, you can get over there August 21st through the 23rd and have a chance to win over 21 million in grand prizes. Plus, there's going to be some live shows that weekend, open bars, and you can get 15% off a stay at Circa with promo code SGP15. Contest open to everybody. Like I said, sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy, footballcontest.com/ promo code SGP, footballcontest.com, promo code SGP for $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog. Basketball Mania is happening right now where they're giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the way to play fantasy football. Plus, you can get down on the Underdog lineup up to 500x times your entry. So go lock in. NBA SGPN is that promo code special pick and first time deposit offer to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com promo code NBA SGPN. All right. Last game up. Atlanta Dream on the road going to play the Seattle Storm. Dreamer laying 1.
Well, you got to say the name correctly.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Seattle Showers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they're back to 500. Like I said, I said this team is a 500 ball club, and I thought they were going to start losing games. And what did they do? Started losing games and made it all the way back down to a 500 ball club. I don't want to say I know them, but I know them.
They have been a mess. They've lost 5 in a row. It's been ugly. They haven't even played great teams. Yes, they lost to the Lynx without Nafisa. They still lost the game at home. The Aces are playing better, but still, they're not the same team as they normally are. You lost to the Sparks twice. You lost to Indiana. They haven't even played like elite teams because they lost to the Lynx, but Collier was out. But I don't know. It just looks like this team has no sense of direction at all on either side of the ball. And I feel like they're a team that, as you said, is just a 500 team, which they literally are right now. They're not even close to anything. It just feels like there's no, I don't know if urgency is the right word, but there's no answers. And it feels like they're kind of just scrambling, hoping something works, and nothing is working. Is that a fair summary of how they've played for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, they're that part where you're drowning and you're realizing, oh crap, I'm drowning. Yeah, they're completely drowning right now. And they're probably going to start floating at one point, and then their body is going to submerge under and they're going to feel like they're drowning again. And then they'll stand up and they'll start floating a little bit more, and then they'll start drowning again. That's pretty much where I see the end for this Storm team. And yeah, Noel, it's not looking good for you. All right.
Nope. On the other hand,
Atlanta Dream.
You have the team that's been balling lately. The Liberty probably should win tonight, but going into the game tonight, they were tied for first place in the conference.
The Atlanta Dream on the road going to play the Seattle Showers. Dream Lane 160.5 is total. Yeah, I'm not really afraid of the Dream on the road. By the way, these two teams that played 2 games this season, both of the road teams have won both games.
I mean, we're talking about the Storm falling apart. Dream, though. 5 in a row.
They got Ryan Howard back.
They look good. They look really good. They went into Phoenix and they won. They look good.
Yeah, healthier and healthier by the day. Jordan Canada is out for this game. But
she got, carted off, carried off?
Yeah, leg injury, but Ryan Howard's probable. So, I mean, lose one, gain one. I think it's just rinse and repeat. I think that Seattle has a very big issue in manufacturing any legit style defense here in this game. And for a team of the Dream that's going to shoot a bunch of threes, and I mean a bunch of threes, they're also going to push the ball inside of the paint. The Storm giving up 92.2 points per game in their last 5 games. They're not playing any type of defense at all, and they're going to let this Dream team run up and down the court and score as much as possible. Both of these two teams like to run pace as well. I think that the Dream just play the game way better than the Storm. And yeah, the Storm are going to have their moments because they have some good players. They have NECA. They have Skylar Diggins-Smith. They have Brittany Sykes. We talked about it. But they just cannot they're not trustworthy right now. So maybe this is the get up spot for playing an Atlanta team that's red hot right now at home. And maybe you're like, okay, if we get up for this game, upset them, we can finally build some momentum with our first win of the month of August. But I'm not betting on it. Give me the dream.
Yeah, I'm on the Dream anyway. It's not going to take much time. Storm are falling apart. Dream have been really good. They were tied with the Liberty today for first place in the conference. I think people know this team's good, but they don't realize that this team is this good. Like 20-11, I feel like people haven't realized that the record's that good right now. I still think that Nakase should still win Coach of the Year. But shout out to what's going on in Atlanta. Because I was skeptical. I wasn't sure if it would work. It has definitely worked. They look really, really good. And they've been having some injuries they've been dealing with, and it hasn't mattered. These teams are just heading opposite directions for me. I'm going Atlanta. They have some type of chemistry. They have some type of, I would say, comfort just with the actual rotations and their situational awareness. The Storm have none of that. The Storm lose a bunch of close games because they don't know what they're doing down the stretch. And I see a comment here earlier, which was from, let me just see if I could pull it up. Where is it? Yeah, D. Johnson said when the Storm can't score, they look ugly. Yeah, I knew that when I lost money and they had 20 points at the half against the Wings like 2 months ago. And I said, no, I'm good. And I just decided that this team is a bunch of frauds. So I'm on the Dream with you. I can't back the Storm right now. This team, they're the Showers. I can't back the Showers. Give me the Dream.
With that being said, I will take Dream team total over 80.5. Thank you very much. I don't even over for the game if you have to play both sides, but I just trust the Dream to get over 80.
Yeah, I'm with you. We're going to get into player props in a second, but the Storm can't really guard anybody. Some games they don't guard the centers, some games they don't guard the guards. It kind of just varies on their mood. So, yeah, give me the Dream. They're just, I mean, you mentioned coaching. It's all looking good for Noel. The Dream are, as you can tell watching them play, they're a very well coached team. And it feels like they make the necessary plays in crunch time, and the Storm make none of those plays. So in a close game, which I think this should be, I trust the Dream's late game execution more. It's good enough for me. Give me the Dream.
All right. Play props. Let's see. Well, I would like all of the Ryan Howard I can get in this game.
See, I thought you were going to say Alicia Gray, which I'm fine with too.
Oh.
Howard's at 11.5. That's it for points. 11.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, maybe because she had 4 points in her first game back. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, let's see if I can find any information about a minutes restriction.
That's why I assumed it would be, because she played less than 20 in the first game back in a month. But now Canada's out, so I don't know how you can limit her minutes entirely and survive without Canada. So,
with that being said, the threes, though, she doesn't need much to be able to, because she's going to shoot the threes. And if she hits them, she's soaring over 11.5. Yeah. And she got ejected. Like, that wasn't even like, she got ejected in that game.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No.
I mean, I'll go back to Alicia. I'll take the 20.5 PA. The assist might be a solid look, especially now that you're looking at no Canada in the lineup. Howard, we'll see how many minutes she plays, but still. I'm looking at the 20.5 PA for Gray. She's been incredible. She's had at least 22 PA in 5 straight. She has had at least 21 PA in 3 of the last 4 against the Storm. Storm also defensively are kind of in shambles compared to the usual self. So give me Alicia Gray over 20.5 PA in this game at around minus 115.
Yes, D. Johnson, I still do like Gabby, PRA. Brianna Jones has woken up. 4 of the last 5, she's been over 11.5 points, 14, 16, 23, and 8 and 15 in those 5 games. She's been very, very good against the Storm, 18, 15, 21, 26, 14 in her last 5. I will take Bray Jones over 11.5 and the subsequent 12.5 when the line moves.
Yeah, I like Brianna Jones in this game too. As you mentioned, she's been good lately. Do you have any Storm players you want to trust or fade, or they're just a complete non-touch?
Gabby.
I don't even know if I want to back Abby anymore.
Mm,
I'll
you
put
can.
it this way. It was a lot more fun to back her props like a month and a half ago. I'll put it that way. Now,
When
she can
she
still
was
go.
winning straight.
Yeah, when she never lost and it was just a free lock for me every show. Unfortunately, that ship has sailed temporarily. I mean, the points and assists are okay. She only had 8 last game, but she has been pretty good objectively. She has had
Over 19 and a half. It's at 19 and a half now, Scott. Come on.
yeah, 19 and a half. You're pretty much daring me to just, yeah, I
She's
kind
been
of
over 19 and a half in 4 of the last 6. Like, even for whatever you feel like she's been doing, she still walks into this pretty easily. I'm taking Gabby yet again.
yeah, 19 and a half is 19 and a half. I can get behind that too. Fair enough.
All right. Lock, dog, underdog. Lock. Dream -1. Dog. Man, I mean, a 4-game slate, I would hate to double up in one game. I don't have to double up in one game. Okay, wait. Take away my dream lock.
Okay. What a twist. You hit the cash out button 10 seconds after placing the bet.
Yeah. Even though I do feel really, really comfortable in the dream, like super comfortable with the dream.
Yeah.
You could call them a bonus lock. But my real lock, Mystics under 74 and a half. I feel really good about my Valkyries defense. Dog. Now, this is where I search and I find. Well, I probably should have looked first before changing my lock. But
yeah, but what's the fun? What's the fun in that?
Where's the alt line on Ryan Howard? I can get Ryan Howard. Thank you, DraftKings. 15 points for Ryan Howard. Scott, would you like to take a guess on the number?
15 of Ryan Howard. Well, it's 11 and a half, so I'll probably go 270.
195.
Oh, okay. All right.
Still,
Fair enough. I thought you brought it up because it was going to be extremely high. So that's kind of how I read it. Okay, fair enough.
Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard for 15 points, almost 2-1. Thank you.
With no Canada.
Thank you. Thank you. I will take that. She can be 4 for 11 and have 15 points. Thank you. Plus 195. That's my dog.
All right. So for my lock, I'm going to go with a player prop that we actually did not mention on the show, but I do like it. I am going to go with Sutton. I'm going to take her under 9.5 points. I see minus 130 on an exchange right now, so I'll see what it opens up at a sportsbook, but I'll go for 130 at the moment. I like the price. Sutton has been really bad lately. She has had less than 9 points in 6 of the last 7. You'd assume, well, they got rid of Sykes, so clearly she's going to get more minutes, and she's going to produce more. Do you know how many points she had against the Dream? I didn't realize Terrell left. Okay, hang on a second. Terrell's somewhere. Is he gone? Okay, whatever. Anyway, to answer my own question, Sutton last game against the Wings, once again, a terrible defense in the Wings, scored the same amount of points as everybody in the chat. 0. She's off a 0-point game. I can get under 9.5 at minus 130. Good enough for me. Give me the Sutton under 9.5 points as my lock. For my dog, I was kind of torn on what I wanted to do for an actual prop when it comes to an alt line, or if I wanted to go for some type of player combo. I do think the Aces win the game, but I know Asia historically has been quite, I'll say, underwhelming against the Liberty recently. Then again, the Liberty's defense has been a mess. They're giving up 97 points right now to the Sparks, so it might not matter. But I will go with the Aces to win the game. But I am going to throw in, let me actually see what the price is if I throw in Jackie for 15 points here. Okay, that works. I'm going to go as my dog. I am going to go with Jackie Young You good there, Terrell? You good? Okay. Anyway, while he fixes that, I'm going to go with Jackie Young over 14.5 points with the aces -2. And that pays out a plus 144. That'll be my dog for the show. So once again, my lock's going to be on Sutton under the 9.5 points at around -130. For the dog, give me Jackie Young over 14.5 points with the aces -2. And that's plus 144.
All right.
You good?
Yep.
Okay,
My
cool.
computer died.
I asked you a question, and then I looked back and you were gone. So that's how that went. I was scrolling through like FanDuel trying to find prices, and I asked you how many points Sutton had in the last game against the Wings, and I didn't hear anything. So I checked back, and you were gone. So that's how that went. I was on a different tab. I didn't realize you left, but so there you go. I'll ask you though, since you're back, do you know how many points Sutton scored the last game against the Wings?
8.
Scored 0. I can get her points at 9.5 under -130. I'll take that. Against our Valkyries? Defensive juggernaut Valkyries? Yeah, give me the Sutton under.
That was your lock?
Yeah, that was my lock. And my dog, as you heard, was the same game parlay with the aces. So
Okay. Underdog.
I don't mind running back that Sutton play at 8.5 points. I think that's just too high.
I feel like I have enough of the under with my lock.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, are we holding our nose and taking Gabby again? Like, what's the plan here?
No, I want to say Bree Jones. Don't think the interior defense for that Storm team has just been really bad. I don't have to take Ryan again, but I do want Bree Jones. Tina, I think, is a good play. I think it's going to be Tina and Mabry, majority. And then what else you got, Scott?
So you said Tina. I don't mind Tina in that game.
I got those two. We need one more.
I'm saying I can get behind that in general. All right, I'm trying to think of anybody you want to go after here.
Kiki.
I was gonna say, you want to do Kiki points?
Rebounds.
You want to do rebounds? Because I'm concerned because her rebounds when Austin plays can be sometimes underwhelming.
Yeah,
so I feel like you're kind of hedging it in a way.
Yeah, but this Valkyries team, they're not good at rebounding, and I think they'll key in on Austin if she plays. But I think
let's do it.
All right. Tina Charles higher, 15.5 points. Kiki Iriafen higher, 8.5 rebounds, and Brianna Jones higher, 11.5 points. Scott, 6x, $100 get you $6 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Shout out to everybody for now knowing my banned from FanDuel story.
I know the story, but I'm not banned from FanDuel, so I'll give out lines from it.
Yeah, very annoying.
Yeah,
all right.
I've placed bets for you before.
Yes, he has actually.
I've done that.
It's me not learning my lesson.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
He's at Reichel Radio. I'm at really real __. Give us a follow. Make sure you give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you listen to the WNBA Gambling Podcast. Subscribe, comment, like all of that stuff on YouTube. Like the video before you guys get out of here, though. Really, seriously, honestly, truly. With that is it, Scott. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are